When it comes to either the holiday time, winter time, any of these times of this part of the year, I'm not like, there's not a lot of seasonals I really like look for like specifically. Obviously during the harvest, it's pumpkin season for us.
Right.
I force those upon you.
I am. Yes.
Or, and I'll even look for an Oktoberfest here and there, but not even that a ton. I kind of pick my spots with those. But when it comes to winter, I start thinking stouts, barrel-aged things.
Right.
That's kind of where I gravitate toward. I don't really think about
seasonally specific
winter beers.
Right.
But there are those that are made.
That is correct. And for a while.
And some that are very popular by some of the oldest breweries in England. I think it might be, maybe it's a little more of an English tradition. Maybe that's kind of where it came from, thinking about the climate over there and everything else.
True.
Not that it doesn't get cold here, but there's just something about it where that style kind of emerged from there. And you were kind enough to bring this beverage over several weeks ago. We just kind of haven't gotten to it.
We've been waiting for just the right moment. That moment's here.
The moment is here right now. So we have a winter beer for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I am Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage we are about today is the Winter Welcome from Samuel Smith's Brewery.
This is their 2018/2019
version. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
What really is a winter welcome?
I think they're maybe welcoming winter.
Okay.
And all of the
what style is this? Maybe this is why we didn't do this one right away.
For those of you who didn't get that, it's
Melmahay.
Melmahay. It is an ale.
Awesome. Samuel Smith, they've been around. They do like a Tatty Porter. They've been around. They have I'm trying to think. They've got some other one. Like I said, they've been around for a very long time.
Oh yeah, they've got lager. They've got organic. They've got a chocolate stout. They've got their oatmeal stout, which is one of the
that's probably
20-some years ago. The one I remember, drinking probably for the first time because one of our friends. Mr. Sanderson.
Oh, okay.
Was a big fan of that at that time.
We'll blame him for that.
Well, we'll blame Sanderson.
Blame Sanderson,
of course. But that's just a hearty ale. I've had this before. It's been a few years. I believe we're just looking at something more in the malty vein because that's what not the multiverse.
Multiverse is good.
The malty vein.
Multi-vein sounds kind of gross as well.
We're going to stay away from the multi-vein.
Stay away from all these things. And it's going to be easy to stay away from these things because you claim we brought the beer here.
I did.
I brought
it a few years back. Or a few weeks back.
Someone's been watching over it that whole time.
Oh, there he is.
Mr. Phil Collins.
Yes.
Watching over another delicious beverage. Maybe. We'll find out.
Well, Phil is from that general area. From over the pond, maybe he has an affinity for this. And
he has popped over the pond.
Yes, and he's watching it, not from a distance. Actually, he's watching it right up close.
That's right. This winter beer always feels like someone's watching it.
That's right.
And it's Phil Collins.
We can't hurry Phil. We'll just have to wait. Okay, wait, no.
Wow, we've made enough references right there. If you get all those, leave them in the comments section. Right. See if you actually can know what all those are. So let's go ahead and get this beer back from Mr. Collins and let's open it up. They are kind of known, as silly as this sounds, for they do the foil. They do the foil cap.
Yes. I was looking to see if there was anything else on there. I'm sure there'll be something.
Would you like me to tell you about it?
Well, not if necessarily if there's a description, but unless it says what style it is.
It's a seasonal beer that is limited edition, brewed for the short days and long nights of winter.
So something probably a little heavier then.
Fermentation in stone Yorkshire squares. Don't know what that means. It does have some hops in there. Oh, it uses Fuggle and Golding hops. Okay, those are very much more English style hops that you use. Usually you find those. For some reason, whenever I think of Samuel Smith, I think of porter. So that's
Fuggle,
kinda,
you say?
That's kind of the
good old.
I'm going to think that's kind of the range of flavor I'm thinking of for this.
I'm
Malty,
thinking, but probably not as roasty,
ale.
but more malt. Yeah, malt prevalent.
Yeah,
malt prevalent. Ooh.
It's lighter than I thought.
Lots of good sounds coming out of that.
Yeah.
Glug, 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 glug.
That's lighter than I thought it was going to be honest. I thought it was going to be a darker color. So you're right about probably not as much roasty porter.
Yeah.
A little more toward the lighter.
I can drink that without touching the hat. Glug, 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 glug. we want it to be seasonally. At least try something that is brewed specifically for the season.
Yeah, I always see winter beers and different things like that, and like I said, overall that just does not excite me.
Right. Because we can appreciate like a good, barrel aged stout or a barrel aged.
That's the thing. Like I said, once I hit this time of year, like we talk, like I said, I drink dark beers year round. You're a little bit more seasonal, picking your spots with different things. But this is definitely the time when I'm really like, I come home and I immediately am thinking of like, oh, what kind of stouts do I have there? Do I have something oak aged? Like I said, I've been enjoying a lot of the oak aged homebrew stuff that that has been made lately, thanks to my good friend.
Yes.
So I've been enjoying those. Like, oh my god, we should have had one of those. Have you tried any of the oak chocolate cherry stouts that we made?
I did try one.
Oh my god, I had one last night. That thing is awesome. God, I loved it.
It reminded me of like a sour.
It is.
Okay.
We put
Is that what you wanted
we put
it to
lactic
be?
acid.
Oh,
in
okay,
there, so.
good. Okay, I was the same.
Yeah, it reminded me of like a sour stout with some oak, and I was like, I had the other night. I was like, oh my god, I love this beer.
I
it was such a labor of love too. There was so much work put in it. We can talk about that on another time. I don't want to completely develop, but that's the kind of thing I'm thinking of.
I meant to ask you about that last week. Actually, in fact, if we went back and watched our streaming, I know there's a point in there where I was like, hey, I wanted to,
and I cut you off I normally do.
It went some other way. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, this, as we just said, a lot lighter. Kind of
copper.
Yeah. New copper penny, I would
clear,
say. Very
not
much
clear,
in that
but
color.
Close to clear.
Yeah.
Not light some head retention.
Yeah, a little bit.
There, to me, it's like that. Savory is not the right word. There's that other mineral, the other mineral note that's in there.
Right.
That's that we always talk about. Some
of that could be the water. Some of it could be those hops. Those are like Danker hops too.
Right.
Like I said, the Fuggle and the Goldings that we talked
it's
about.
It's not as on the aroma. It's not as malty as I was thinking it might be. I don't really get it.
Yeah, there's some sort of like there's some sort of like cookie, like something. I don't know what that is. Like I said, but yeah, that's a lot better aroma than I thought it was gonna. Like I was just gonna be like, it's gonna be malty,
there's
whatever.
kind of like
there's a
bready.
more complex. Yeah, maybe that's where I'm kind of going with that. But yeah, like I said, I definitely get the minerality too. Like that's kind of in there as well. So I'm really now super intrigued to what this is gonna taste like.
Welcome, winter. What do you think?
That's more what I thought I was gonna get when we got it. Like I said, it's that malty, and a little bit of mineral. There's a little bit of spice in there, which is kind of nice. That kind of breaks it up a little bit. It's not just that. It's not just a malt backbone, so that's in there. It actually is pleasant.
There's a little bitter towards the back of the tongue.
Yeah, that's in there as well. Like I said, that whatever. I might just be off, but whatever that sweet kind of like cookie bread, like I'm not really getting that in the taste at all. Like I said, it is more toward the bitter, little malty, kind of like more like burnt crust, kind of like bread crust kind of thing.
Okay,
like I said, then like I said, so maybe that's where there's still a little bit of that hinted in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, that is it's better than I thought it was going to be. It's still kind of in that same general style of things.
I like it that it's not overly like malty sweet.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
It's not obviously it's not crisp, but it has the flavor is kind of all toward the back, or at least that lingering bitter. But
the bitter I think is nice because that kind of breaks, even though it's not overly sweet, it kind of breaks that up a little bit, which I like.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that bitter is there. That's like I said, that's
this would be
nice.
It's actually a like a winter party starter. For me,
I could see that
because it's not.
This would be the beginning of the arc.
Maybe to
get you into the mood. For
like I've had maybe an IPA or something something really nice and flavorful on that. Okay, now I'm ready. I want to go toward a port or toward a sort of barrel aged something, and this would kind of bridge that gap. Maybe the next maybe the Mbemba. Is that what was that?
Oh, Mambata.
Maybe the Mambata after this.
Yeah, like this would kind of be the
like
thing
that
you wouldn't jump directly into all of a sudden super dark. This would be your bread. I could see that.
Ooh, I should have had Mambata with your chocolate pie. I don't think I ever did that. That would have been good. We talked about that.
Yeah, that would have been good.
But yeah, no, I like, and I think the thing about winter beers or season, like the Jubilee, we tried one, right? Of just opening on one of our streams. I don't think we did a podcast on it.
Yeah, I definitely don't think we did a podcast.
And I looked
on it
back through our beverage database, and it's got a couple entries in there. I like that at this time of the year, because of the little bit of spice, because it's a little something different, but yet it doesn't stray too crazy far, but it is distinctly different, and I like that sort of change. And that's kind of what this is. This isn't like, it's obviously different. I don't want to drink this all the time, but yeah, it's like, oh, that's nice. It's got some nice flavor, good balance, and I'm enjoying that. So
yeah, I would agree. Would I purchase one of these? Probably no.
$3.49 for the 16.9.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with the price. It's just kind of like, Would I ever really think to be in the mood for this? Like, would you honestly think to all of a sudden? I guess maybe you just kind of were saying you were. I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, I want the darker thing.
I would, and I have bought that. Like I said, it's been a few years since I bought this, so no, I'm not buying this every year. But there are some years I might see it and go, I want one of those this year.
Okay. What I would rather have?
What would be one?
The Petrus.
The Petrus.
That we had earlier, the one that was for Trader, the Odd Brew.
Oh,
I'd rather have that.
Still have
that had a little bit of those spices in there. That had those, kind of some of those things that make me think of fall harvest. Especially with, we're in Arizona. There's only 2 seasons, summer and fall. I said there's hot and like coolish. So like I said, so I'm always kind of thinking in that same. I would go for one of those again. I know that's a sour, different style, yada yada. But if I'm going lighter, that's kind of what I would think of. That's like almost kind of a neat bridge because it's a little malty and sweet, but it had that other unique sour characteristic. Had a lot of those things in it too. I said, or I'm going. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. Darker. Yeah. At the very least, hit a porter or something like that. But like I said, I have not had their other offerings in a long time, but they've been around forever, and obviously they're.
I bought a 3. We carry every year. It seems like we get this 3-pack of Sam Smiths, and it comes with a glass.
Oh, and I have one of those,
and I did that a few years.
You gave
back,
me one of those, I think, one time.
The thing, yeah. And
was it a 3-pack though?
Yeah. There's like because it's a box and it's got a glass.
Keith, you only gave me one beer.
Yeah. And there was no glass.
Yeah. It was weird because the box was super lopsided.
And I said, it's just extra packaging so it doesn't break. It comes from a long ways away,
Yeah.
And I think that was and I remember, like when I first had their oatmeal stout thinking, oh my God, this is chewy and rich. And, but now I've had so many other things since then. And,
what it's like going back to those would be interesting.
I had this like, okay, it's good. It's not nearly what I thought it was. But, at that time, the darkest thing I was drinking was probably, a Rolling Rock or something like that. So, or Moosehead, so to have that was like,
this was 25 years ago.
It was. Yeah, it was in the early 90s. Yes.
In the year 2000.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, this is like, it's enjoyable. If this is some like bridge that you're looking for, a bridge too far. No, if this is something, like I said, that interests you. I mean, I can see where people would like this. Like I said, I want more. I think is kind of.
Well, I can get you another one.
No, not more of this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not more of this.
Okay.
But no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like there's any faults. There's nothing wrong with this beer. It's just, do you want this style of beer? Check yes or no.
Yes.
But yeah. If you are looking for other things that we have done plenty of other winter style beers, darker things, whatever in the past, you can head onto the website at aboutbeverages.com. Check those videos out. Check out those podcasts, and hopefully those may hit the right note. If this one is not for you, or maybe if this one's for you, that's great. We have found the thing you need.
And talk to us
now.
about it. That's right.
The other place you can find all of our most up-to-date content is YouTube. You can subscribe to us there. We really appreciate if you go ahead and do that. You will get notifications immediately if our new shows go live. Whenever they happen to post, you will get those as well. And yeah. If you want full live shenanigans.
Oh, and there's lots of shenanigans going on.
Where would they go for those kinds of things?
They would go to twitch.tv/AboutBeverages.
That's correct.
And see us most Thursday nights.
Most Thursday nights. We are on here. You can let us know beverages that you're having. That's the thing. Like I said, we're always talking about different things. We're reviewing different things. But it's not just about us. What we want, what we like, all those kinds of things. That was not why we started this. It's because we want to hear from you guys. What you guys are loving. It might not. We've heard from a lot of people. They talk about different beers and they're like, "Oh, this is great." And we're like, "Gosh, we can't get that, but man, that sounds awesome." And just that back and forth is what we've always been looking for. So that's
that was our vision almost 10 years ago, and now thanks to the current technology.
That's right.
It's become reality.
This has become the dream. We're living the dream.
That's right.
I hope I never wake up. But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.